So this is a book review of Redeeming Six by Chloe Walsh. This is the fourth book in the Boys of Tommen series. The book is amazing. I am doing basically all my book reviews right now are of this series, and then once I've finished all the books that are out in the series currently with book reviews, then I'm moving on to a different series, and I believe I have that one picked out. So, yeah. So let's get right into Redeeming Six. So basically, it picks up pretty much right where Saving Six ended, maybe like a week or a few days later. So that's pretty much that. It's about Aoife and Joey, obviously. And there's going to be several spoilers, so yeah. This one coincides more with Binding and Keeping 13, and then it goes past where Keeping 13 ended. So there's that. So you see that all that little information there. So like their first book didn't really coincide with Binding 13 at all, but this one does, and this one is really long. So you see some scenes that you see in Keeping in Joey's Cove, and which is amazing. And then you see it's like separated by parts. I think there's like 12 parts in this one. And at the beginning, him and Aoife had just broken up because of Joey's addiction, and he's like in the mix of it. Like he is so bad about it, like in it. But then at the very beginning of this book, you see him get clean for like the first time in forever. And he does it over Christmas, right after he and Aoife broke up. And then he gets a little tempted again and gets into it really bad, like horribly bad. It was not good. But that's not right away. He's clean for a little bit of time. So basically, in this one, Aoife gets pregnant. So they're in their 6th year, she's pregnant. Joey doesn't find out for a long time. Like, he doesn't find out she's pregnant until he's in the mix of addiction, like, again. Like, he doesn't find that out. And she tries to tell him one time when he's out of it, but it just didn't work. And so he ends up finding out because her brother knows, and so he tells it to the whole school, and so that's how he found out. And that was not a good brother. He's a twin brother. So I'm like, oh, yeah. And you do not like her brother, like, the entire book. Like, Kevin's horrible. Not as bad as Mark, or Teddy. Like, he doesn't physically hurt her. He's just, like, a jerk, and I would never like him. Because he just thinks he's so much better than everyone, and I just, like, can't stand that. So, I don't like Kevin. Yep. There's that. And then I have, like, so many things highlighted because it was so cute. And they end up, he finds out, and then obviously Teddy and Maria die. Like, they're gone. So, there's that. Oh, probably can't say that. But, they're gone for good. So that happens, and basically, by that time, Joey already knows about the baby, I believe. But he was going to, that night, he wasn't at home because he was going to go he was going to do something at a bridge. Let's go with that. But Lizzie finds him and talks him out, like, you can't do this. Like, she was like, I'm going to go over with you if you're going to do it. And so he ends up not doing it, but then he ends up getting back and seeing, like, the fire, and he's like, he says, I think Shannon, and then Tig, and then he's asking where his kids, and then eventually, John Kavanagh is there, and, like, gets him there, and him and Johnny are telling him, we have your kids, we have them. Pretty much, that's pretty much similar to what I was saying. That might be almost word for word. I have that scene really memorized, so that's great. So, then he ends up going there, but after that, he's, like, just so out of it, and he agrees to go to a treatment center, which he really did need that. So after the funeral, he ends up at the treatment center for a few months, and they want to extend his stay, but he's like, I don't want to miss the birth of my child. Like, obviously, he does not want to miss that, and him and Adele actually get really close during that time, which is really adorable. So, yeah. But, like, right when he gets back, Aoife goes into labor with the baby, and that was something. And the birth was a little traumatic. Let me just tell you that. I'm not going to go into huge details about that because I don't really want to talk about that part. But it was traumatic. There was a lot of stuff going on. And then she had a boy. I believe they named him AJ. I think it stands for something. but I can't remember what it stands for currently. If I flip through, I probably could find it, but yeah. So then she's kind of like, Adele pays for him to go to Tolman to finish off his 6th year, and so basically Aoife's dealing with all this stuff alone. Like, she's alone in her house. Like, she has her mother, but it's not really helping. Like, she kind of needs Joey there, because he's the one that's taking care of a lot of kids. Like, this is her first time ever taking care of, like, a kid. So, like, she doesn't exactly, like, know how to do it. She's figuring it out, like, yeah, but she's going through it. So, Adele gives him, like, their, like, guest house in the back of the Cavenagh estate. Like, their estate is huge. So, basically, he's living there. He has Aoife move in with him, and he pays for Aoife to go to Tolman because he got a bunch of money from his grandfather's death many years before, but the grandmother, like, just gave it to him. So, basically, there was that. So they were living together there at Tolman, and you do see them in Taming 7. I'll tell you that. But that's about where it ends off, but I'm going to go a little more towards the beginning, like a little more. I'm going to flip through a little bit and tell you some more. They were originally at BCS, which is the Tolman, like, no, the Ballaghagan Public School. And, like, you see Teddy do something in this one to Aoife, and you're like, what? And, like, yeah, it was not good. And then also, you see, after the scene where Teddy, like, puts Shannon in the hospital and Shannon almost died, you see Joey, like, he almost died too. And you don't know this in Keeping 13, because he didn't seem like it, but he had a head injury, and, like, Shannon didn't know, and it was told from her POV, and, like, she didn't really know. I think she found out a little bit, but at the time, like, she just woke up from surgery, so obviously it's not her fault, and obviously, but, like, the mother should have been checking in on Joey too, and she wasn't. But then you see Darren show up, and Darren's, like, he made me mad in this book. Like, I'm okay with him, like, leaving, like, I get it, like, leave, like, you needed to get away from that situation. But then you're showing up and, like, trying to take over the whole family when Joey has been the one raising those children. Like, he never even met Sean before. Like, what is he trying to, like, no. Like, and he's trying to, like, push Joey out and try to be like, Joey's not their father. And I'm like, he pretty much is. He's, yeah, biologically their brother, but he raised those kids. He raised Ollie, Sean, Ty, Shannon. Like, those are his kids. Like, no matter what, those are going to be, yeah, those are his children. Like, those are his, like, Sean is pretty much his first child at like, because the other ones he knew as more of his siblings, like, especially Shannon and Ty, he knew those two as his siblings, but he still had to take care of them. But Sean, he was literally, like, he was there for the birth. He was, like, helping that one, like, at night, like, waking up, taking care of him, and doing all that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much that's his first child, like, right there, that's his kid. Like, you can't say that he wasn't their father, like, he was. And Darren just made me so mad about that. And the thing that he said to Aoife when, it was just, like, they all found out that she was pregnant and having Joey's baby, and it's like, Darren, you can't be saying that to her, like, that's her kid, like, you cannot say that, and Joey was so mad at him for that, and I'm like, agreed. But then, like, he redeems himself eventually when he allows the Cavenagh to just, like, adopt the children, like, yes. Like, the one they actually cared about permission was Joey, and they got that, because he was like, that's when he was like, my kids are safe, like, they're good, they're gonna be living with them. But, yeah, it's like, he is my favorite. Joey is my favorite guy. I love Aoife too, but she's not my favorite girl of the series, and that's fine, but, like, I still love her. But Joey is my favorite guy of the whole series, and maybe my favorite character, because I just connect, and it's just, like, I don't know. He just has such a tragic story, and I don't know, I just kind of like that. And I don't think he should have had any, like, I don't know, like, if him and his sister stayed in, like, foster care or something, they might have ended up better, but, like, stuff happened to Darren, and that wasn't good, but then he wouldn't have the little siblings, and it's like, he probably would have never met Aoife, she would have never met Johnny. Like, the reason things were happening to them is how they found the loves of their lives. So I'm like, there's some good that came out of it, but there's also so much bad. But, yeah, I don't know. he was just my favorite character. He went through so much, and I think that's why I was like connecting. I don't know, but yeah, that all the books in the series were 5 stars. So yeah, that's the end for the book review of Redeeming Six. I'll see y'all next video. Bye.